from tonight's programme. It gives you sort of an introduction into who these incredible kids are.
Tyrese is just 6 years old and already helps his mother run their household.
The bath is full. For you. It's for you. It's for you.
Teenagers Claire and Erin care for their dad for over 60 hours a week.
No, Dad, don't do it.
This is just in it.
Oh, man. Yeah, man.
And Josh helps look after his terminally ill dad.
Okay, that's it, Dad. I'll see you later.
You're right. Yes. How were you affected when you were going through that yourself?
You know, my whole thing was that, you know, I was determined to be able to cure my mother. Like, me and my brother thought we could cure our mother as a child, you know. And it's like, you know, I thought, you know what, I said to Tammy, what if I become a musician, I become a pop star, I make money, give it to you, you know, you become a medical scientist, make a cure for mum, and make her all better. Unfortunately, you know, when you're a kid, you dream big, but when you're an adult, you realise that it's not as easy as that.
Well, yours is quite a unique story because you did dream big, and amongst all the things that Holly mentioned, when you are doing your schoolwork, but you're also doing all of that care and the medical care and cleaning the house and doing the cooking, there was the music as well.
Yeah.
Were you led towards the music because of dreaming big to sort mum out?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Like, my whole aim for music was to pay for my mum's care. Like, that was the dream for me, you know. So it was like when I got into that position, I was so kind of, it was bittersweet because I was in a position where I could pay for her care, but I couldn't actually physically be there.
Because you had to be away, you had to be doing your job, doing your career. And you, during the X Factor, when you were auditioning and doing all that, so you did see her deteriorate, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw her deteriorate. I mean, you know, before the X Factor, when we were doing gigs and stuff like that, you know, she was, you know, walking on sticks, and then from sticks went to a walking frame, and then from walking frame to the towards the end of the X Factor, at the time, she was in a wheelchair. But throughout, she wanted to be there and show that she was supporting.
Yeah.
And so, you know, whatever it took, you know, we never left her behind. We kept her with us.
And the music obviously was successful, which means that there is a financial reward there.
Yeah.
What did you do with that money?
Well, immediately, of course, I took care of my brother's, like, university and education. But immediately, I made sure my mum got the best care and support around her. You know, she lives in a respite centre where she's got 24/7 care. You know, and at least I could give her the best possible living conditions that someone could give their mother, you know.
Gosh, well done you. For anyone else out there, and for this silent army that we've just been discussing, what help is available to them?
You know, at the moment there's lots of different young carers centres and organisations offering, you know, support and offering, you know, a situation where people can come in and help, you know, help them. You know, for my whole thing is, what I would love to see is, I would just love to see a little bit of support when it comes to the intimate, you know, caring side. Do you know what I mean? Because I just think it's a lot of responsibility for, you know, very young minds. But, you know, you can see Joshua, he goes to, you know, he goes to cadets and stuff like that. And, you know, Tyrese, 6 years old in the film.
He's been caring for his mum since he was 4.
Since he was 4, yeah. And you see, the scary thing about that is, I'll tell you what the scary thing about that is quickly, is that, you know, the mother's scared that, you know, if they inform social services, that he'll be taken away from her, which means that there's no one to take care of her. Do you see what I mean? So it's like,
And also,
what do you do?
just because she's poorly and unwell and unable to look after us doesn't mean she doesn't want to be a mother to her son. So it's
exactly,
it's just
And it does have such an impact, an inconceivable impact in just growing up and just being a kid.
Massively. I didn't have a childhood. Like, you know, for me it was, I sacrificed my childhood so that my brother and sister could have theirs. You know, I wanted them to be able to do the things that kids are supposed to do. So I just, you know, my thing was, you know, I'll take the majority, you know, responsibility because I'm the oldest, and you know, I let them, you know, have fun. So,
well, it's a brave thing to do. Thank goodness you did it. Thank goodness Channel 4 picked it up. So well done to them.
Thank you.
It's Channel 4. It's tomorrow, actually, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
tomorrow at 11.
That's right.
On Channel 4.
Absolutely.
And what advice do you give if there is a carer, a young carer watching now? What do you say?
I would say don't keep it to yourself. There is support out there, and I think, you know, sometimes what happens is that young carers feel isolated to the point where this is all they're ever going to do is care for their parents. But I think it's important that they find time for themselves to achieve their dreams, and, you know, understand that, you know, they're not alone. That you know, even though they're sitting at home and might feel like they're the only ones going through this is their life and no one else's, that there are different situations, and, you know, going to young carer centres and stuff like that, they'll be able to meet people that have similar like-minded people.
As well,
Absolutely, like in the Lewisham Young Centre, Young Carer Centre that I went to. In the film, you'll see, you know, they get together and, you know, they do music and they do different activities that support their childhood, children. You know.
Channel 4 tomorrow at 11.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to
Thank
see
you very much.
Thank
Thank you.
Well, if you or someone you know is caring for a relative and you need support, there are lots of help out there, and we've put details of all of those that we've been speaking about today on the website, and we'll be back after this break.